this is Harold. He is a 2-year-old King Charles Cavalier. Ultimately, there's a lot of symptoms, but ultimately what landed in here is he's nipping and biting the daughter's friends who come in the house. In addition to that, he can't be off leash. He barks and chases deer. He barks sometimes even at her husband walking in a room. He'll bark if she leaves to go out front. So lots of barking, nipping, flight risk. Also, resource guarding her. Will growl if people approach and he's on her lap, even her own kids, and like if he's picked up. So a lot of symptoms. He didn't show any of that at the drop-off. At the drop-off, he was shaking, would not get out of the car. So definitely, you know, it's feeling comfortable in his own pack, thinking he's, you know, the guy in his own house, guarding people, judging who comes in and out of the house.
Apparently he is, though.
Yeah, so.
He's the only one correcting.
Outside of his environment that he's comfortable with, he doesn't show any of those symptoms.
Really?
No, at the drop-off, he was shaking, he wouldn't get out of the car.
I mean, he's correcting people.
Yeah.
By the sounds of it.
Yep.
Unless he's terrified of these people that are trying to pet him, which I doubt it. Is he? I mean, they would know.
No.
They would say, oh,
No.
he's terrified.
When I went to put the collar and leash on, I didn't feel any biting vibes at all. He was
I don't know this guy at all.
very soft with me.
He's drooling everywhere.
Yeah, I don't know
if
if
car
he's...
ride?
Maybe. I think he's just not used to
Okay. It's a shock, isn't it?
being in a new environment.
Yeah. All right.
He's really cute. His name is Harold.
He's a good boy.
So there's also a golden at home, a puppy
Golden, I like it.
that might come to us too.
Yeah.
Oh, he's really cute.
So he's biting the friends that come over.
Yeah,
Okay.
and yeah.
But then like at home with nobody coming to the house, just an average day. It's gotta still be causing enough stress.
He is. The barking, even at the own husband who lives with
So
him.
he's just barking out windows, doors.
Yes. And the owner right now, he's growling if people approach him when he's on her lap, but she's scared it could turn into more than
Right.
that.
Yeah.
Hi. And also like jumping at her legs, you know.
So he just doesn't
stealing
listen.
food. Yeah, a lot of symptoms of just he doesn't listen.
I'm pushing some boundaries right here, and so far nothing's bothering him.
Yeah, like Josh does a lot of stuff that you don't think would be stuff, but he's touching him in places that usually trigger dogs. We're just testing, like a temperament test.
There is something there.
Yeah.
But so
The ears, especially on these dogs, because they get matted
Mm-hmm.
and can be painful.
Has he bit the owners?
No, just the kids.
Just strangers.
Yeah, the daughter's friends.
How old are the kids, you think, around? Are they like, there's a difference between like a 6-year-old and a 13-year-old.
So the youngest is 3. I know that. So the daughter must be a little bit older and old enough to have friends over.
Okay. Yeah, alright. Just a little guy biting people.
Josh is going to start with some recall, some stays.
Some basic stuff.
She said she can't even get him to stay and like wait for food. And she can with her golden puppy.
Oh yeah, that's a good exercise too. So the
Look at
owner
him.
is an adult dog, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god, they make him, they make him cute.
I mean,
They are so bad.
good.
Look
They
at that
do look
face.
very cute.
Well, you know, Josh, that this breed is a very old breed, and it was literally bred to sit on king's laps and be pet all day.
Oh, there we go.
Did you hear me?
I heard you.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Come here, buddy. Bred to sit on King's lap.
Yes, that's why they call it King Charles Cavalier.
Come here, bud. So we just had a moment where he probably would have bit one of those kids, but he didn't want to bite me, he didn't want the competition, so he walked away. Now I'm recalling. Come here, Harold. Come here. Make it real obvious. There's pressure on the collar there. Come here, Harold. Come here. What? What is it? Come here. Hey, my baby boy. How are you, good old boy? Yay. A little stubbornness there. Yeah, I think what we're seeing at home is some dominance. So it's probably the dog feels free to correct members of the pack or even strangers. And he also feels the need to alert and bark and, you know, look, sometimes I want to blah, 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 blah. All that will go away once there's a shift in hierarchy. Right now in his brain, he's on top because he's able to express this way successfully without anybody punishing it or correcting it to stop it. So he thinks that that's who he is. He's the guy, right? As soon as he has a relationship dynamic where you're leader, he's follower, and you don't put up with him trying to lead the environment, trying to decide how to deal with the knock at the door or argue over resources, like you said. You can't get him to stay for food. That's a conversation. If you have food on the ground and both of you are hungry, and you say, don't touch my food, and he comes over to touch it, and there's no correction, remember, another dog would bite him, all right? And you're not doing your human version of that, you won't find success. Because that's not how dogs aren't going to just be good because you're nice to them. Unfortunately, otherwise I wouldn't have a career. Because everybody's nice to the dog. Everybody, all the dogs that come here just have people who love them and who are really, really kind to them. However, they lack correction, period. All right? And then, so that's what it leads to. You lead to entitlement, spoiled, equals bites. All right? It comes on mentality. So if he tries to bite me, I'll correct him for biting me, and he won't want to bite me again. And we'll move on. I'm a bigger animal. I'm way more competent at like guarding my food than he is. He wouldn't be able to take my food away from me in real life, right? If I didn't want to, there's no way. So I have to let him know that. So there's that side of it to get that brain to be respectful. And then the trust side is, yeah, but I love you, I'm going to take care of you, and I will feed you, and I will protect you, but I'm leading, and if I say no, that means no, and so don't do that again, right? When they go to live with humans, though, we don't do that, right, typically. Typically, we don't do physical correction. And then what manifests is the dog who becomes entitled, they feel like it's because those corrections aren't happening, you must be soft, weak, not competent to lead. I mean, that's just how they are. So they're taking advantage of the fact that there's nobody in the position in the house to correct him for bad behavior. All right? You can't just say no. That's not correction. I got so many people I work with, they say, oh, Josh, I did correct him. I said, no. Come on. The only time that's going to work is if you back that no up. So if you say no and he doesn't listen, you go and then correct. Then you give him a correction that he cares about. That's the only way that your voice will have relevance like that, okay? If you're just saying no, right, that ain't enough. All right, so this is simple. I mean, he's biting people, he's going to get worse, and it's all because we're not correcting properly, all right? It really is that simple. Every time he makes a mistake, that is your opportunity to correct and solve all your problems, right? Bark. If he was barking right now, I would say stop barking. If he didn't stop barking, I would correct him every time he barked until he doesn't want to bark anymore. That's no magic, you know? Bark, correction on the e-card. Until he realizes barks equals corrections, he will be quiet, okay? Same with jumping, biting, okay? So the missing thing isn't the love, because we have that. It's the other side. Or actually, I think correction is part of love, because that's putting in the time and effort to correct and then direct. If I didn't love my animals, I don't think I'd even put in the time to correct them. I would just let them, yeah, do whatever you want. But because I love them, I want them to behave so I can give them the best life, I get up off my butt and I go and correct and direct when I have to. Which becomes less and less and less. Once you get over the hump and you start doing it and the dog sees you as leader, they don't push like that anymore, you know? It's much more rare and it's not as intense. All right, Harold, come. That's a good boy. Look at him. I am so proud of you. Good. What a nice young dog. What a good boy. Break. Wow, good. Wow, Harold, that's amazing. Picking up on that pretty quick. Let's get some food just to see. Hi, Harold. Food. Food is it allows you to have a conversation about resources that's very clear to the dog. If I have food and he comes near me and I say, don't come near me, it's pretty easy for him to assume it's because I have food. Because if he goes around another dog with food, they're going to give them a little growl, say, stay away from my food. It's very natural. So if I can use this conversation to start gaining leadership, and while I'm at it, teach stay, you know, in a respectful way, good. But if he's 2 and can't wait for food, that, you know, that is a sign, that's a red flag. It's bad. It should be very easy. If he doesn't wait for food, let's just say this, if he doesn't wait for food, typically 30 seconds later after spending time with somebody who's, you know, knows what they're doing, he's waiting for food. It's not something that's going to take a long time. Like, oh, we've been working on him waiting for food. He will start waiting for food immediately after his first response of making the wrong answer. I'll correct, because what am I doing? I'm claiming a resource. This is mine. Very natural, but missed in a lot of homes. It's not enough to just say, leave it, right? Because then what happens when his mouth comes over and starts eating food? If you're not correcting like a dog would, and I'm not telling you to bite your dog like a dog would, but you have to find another way to give a physical correction that actually matters, like a dog would bite, then that dog doesn't respect you. He says, you told me not to eat it, I ate it, what are you going to do about it? Nothing? Okay. You see? So that in that conversation, it went wrong for you. It went wrong. So that means he's not going to listen in other areas of life. If I don't have to listen over this, why would I listen to you in any other area? Okay? It's as simple as that. Hi, buddy. How you doing? Come here, Harold. That is a good, smart boy. Look at that dog. Good. If he makes a mistake, I don't get mad at him. It's just matter of fact, here's the correction, and then here's the direction, and we move on. It's not like now I'm mad at Harold because he made a mistake this morning. It's not like that, all right? It's just matter of fact. He walks away, correction. Come on, Harold. Come here. Those are some warning corrections that are very low on the collar, but if he starts disrespecting those, he will get firmer corrections, and I won't wait all day to give it to him. All right? Good. Good. Now you stay right here. I want to see you. Very good. So Harold's smart. He seems to be. Good. The only time he gave me a side eye kind of was when I did this to the ear here. Good. He didn't care for that. And all I did was kind of hold the ear like that. No pinching, nothing. Good. Building some trust there, saying I'm not going to hurt you. I will correct you for trying to step on my toes as leader in this pack, but I love you. And I'm here to protect you. But I will correct you. See, that's the balance. Tough love. Okay? He's leaving. He gets corrected for that. Because I didn't say to leave. These are the new rules, Harold. Come here. Come here, man. You're doing so good. You're so good. You're so good. Oh my gosh. You stay. Okay, you stay. Very nice. I have to tell you, it's a good dog. He's a nice boy. I really enjoy the company. Yes, I know. You know that. Yes, I know. I know. I get it. You will. I know. And don't let you listen, okay? I know. Stay. Break. Oh my God, that was amazing! Dude, are you happy? Honey, I'm so proud of you. Oh, baby, I love you too. You know that. Hey, I love you. Come on, it's okay. I love King Charles. I love a king lapdog. I love it, baby. Yes, I love it and I love you. Okay? You need to know that. You're a good boy. Yes, you are. What's happening is that you're being stubborn and dominant, okay? You can't be correcting kids. You can't be correcting people. You can't be barking all the time. Barking all the time? People don't like barking all the time, brother. They don't He's so cute, Jules. I think my boys are wonderful.
No.
Do they have to groom them a lot, this breed?
Well, they get bags around the ears.
Oh.
No.
But I need a Labrador when I'm drawing. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And you are a sweet boy. Okay. So we had a conversation over hierarchy. Our first one. It needs to happen within a relationship. When a dog meets another dog, you'll see they'll talk about hierarchy immediately. And we're going to see that right now when I let the dogs down. Before I do that, I'm paying attention to how he is going to respond when something enters the environment. Okay, so at home, if there's something at the door, I'm sure he barks, right? Or if he sees something out the window, he might bark. I'm going to have the dogs walk down the stairs right behind the camera, and he will see them, and I will see them. And then if he leaves me, which we're a pack right now, and tries to go over to deal with it, even if he doesn't bark, he's still trying to deal with it, he gets a correction and directed from me. I will correct and I'll direct him back in and say, no, you stay, I will deal with it. And then I go up to the dogs and I will bring the scent back to him. And then this is another one of those rituals or conversations where he's seeing that I'm leading. I'm controlling him, but I'm also controlling the other dogs, so he sees, oh, this guy must be the leader around here. This is how I form the relationship of the leader, and then he becomes my follower. When he decides, good boy, that he wants to be my follower, then he'll start listening to me. Sorry about that, that's the vacuum up there. Then he'll start listening to me, and he won't give me as hard of a time, because he wants to follow me. He knows that I'm worthy of leading him, because he had already challenged me and it didn't work out for him, okay? That's how they all end up followers. They all challenge, and within that challenge is the opportunity to step up and play the game for leader. Who's going to be the leader? Who's going to, be the one who is successful in this conflict that we're having? Whether it's I say stay away from the food, but he wants the food, that's a conflict. How does that end? Oh, he just ate the food anyway and I wasn't able to do anything about it. Not good. Or, hey, there's somebody at the door, don't go up to the person at the door. Goes up to the person at the door. Right? Every time you tell him not to do something, and then he can do it anyway without consequence that he cares about. Remember, saying no is not enough because he doesn't care. If you start pairing your verbal no with a correction on that e-collar, he'll start caring about your no. All right? And right now it's just hot air. You're just making yourself irrelevant to the environment. You want to be relevant. That's why he's looking at me right now. It's not because I taught him, look at me. Look at me, look at me. No, I became relevant, so he's watching me look at turn. Right? And if I had a group of dogs here and I had to correct a fight or something, say a scuffle came up, and I corrected it and I separated everybody, afterwards, every dog is looking at me. Relevance. Relevance. If I say a word, I will back it up. If I say stop and you don't, I will back it up. That creates relevance. Okay? Good boy. Good boy. And I'm also telling him I love you and I'm going to protect you and I want you part of my pack. So I'm expressing that towards him, but then I'm also being firm with my boundaries. Don't mess with that. No, right? It's balanced. If I just went with the love, you can see where the fallout is there. He won't listen. If I just went with the firm approach, but I didn't have that softer side that I shared with him, he might be listening to me, but then maybe he's a little bit more like nervous of me or something, right? Because all I do is correct him, right? So it's not like that though. It's balanced, like it's a relationship, it's natural. If I'm leading and you know the rule and you're breaking it, you'll get corrected. So the reason why he won't be in a nervous state and he'll actually look more calm and confident and comfortable in his own skin by the end of this is because now he actually understands that he's in control of whether or not he gets corrected. Here's A, B, and C, don't do them. And if you do, there's a correction. Once he knows that, if he goes opening up door A, B, or C, corrections are there. Whether it's barking, whatever behavioral you want to stop. He's gonna choose to go into the conflict or not. And then now that he knows that, that means that the corrections aren't random. They're not random. It's not like randomly you just get corrected and you can't understand why. That would mess the dog up. This does not mess the dog up. This is called like parenting or leading. Don't do that because assuming, this is assuming, and I do believe most of my, if not all of my clients, I know for a fact actually, all of my clients have had nothing but good intentions for these dogs. Lots and lots of love.
So assuming we have that, all is going to be fine. I'm going to correct him when he does the things I tell him I don't like. It will not be randomly I'm in a bad mood and I'm going to take it out on the dog. That is a different thing, and that will create a sketchy dog. This will not. This will create a stable dog, okay? You're being a pack leader, and a pack leader has to have those tough conversations. And they have to also maintain the hierarchy, meaning just because he does good for a while doesn't mean he won't test you in a month, and then you're there to shut it down and then move forward, okay? A lot of talking, but you need to understand, dogs operate this way. This is why I have to operate this way, is because it's how they operate, okay? He's a good boy, and he's a good boy. Probably lots of potential here. Cute as can be. Like, one of the cutest little guys ever. Yes. Yes, he is. All right, but me and him had a disagreement. All right, we had a disagreement, and I was able to correct and follow through. Meaning, I correct, and not until he shows me submission does the situation end. Okay, so even if he snarls at me, threatens me, tries to bite me, that's not going to get him out of it. Surrendering, which he's done, and relaxing, and just not trying to be the guy in the room controlling everything. Giving up control and giving it to me, essentially, is what he's doing when he submits. Saying, okay, you can decide when, where, and how. That's where he finds success with me, so that's what our relationship will be, okay? And when he is like that, I am going to give him everything that he wants. I'm going to show him that that is what I reward. That is when I pet you. I don't pet you the other way. That is when I give you rewards. I don't do it the other way, okay? If you start going into bossy mode and you're trying to control the environment, you know, you are in trouble. Even if he wasn't barking or doing something necessarily that disturbing, maybe he just got up and just did a couple circles every time somebody, or just like did rolls, something that wasn't that disturbing, but it was still reactive, we're still going to correct it. You understand what I'm saying? We're still going to correct it. We're not necessarily correcting him because he's barking, although that is what he's doing. It's that he's making a decision to deal with it. And yes, it is barking. It could be whining, you know. It could be some dogs do this. They just didn't chase their tail in those moments. It doesn't matter, you're reacting. Don't react, let me respond, and then look at me like he is, and I'll tell you how to respond. Because as a leader, I decide how we deal with this. That is how you should be thinking, okay? So then knock at the door. Good. Bark's a problem. Unless I've told my dog that it's okay that he barks. That's, you know, whatever. But I'm choosing with this guy, I'm imagining they are too, the owners. No bark. We don't need you to bark. We don't need an alarm system. We have cameras. We don't need that. So don't bark. Guess what? They stop barking. They do. But, and he also sees that barking is challenging is directly disturbing and challenging the hierarchy, which is going to get me to turn around and say, what did you just say? And he doesn't want that. Once he knows that I'll correct in a way that he wants to avoid, he's going to look at, how do I avoid conflict with the leader? Okay, don't bark. So basically he's trying to please me. That's basically what happens. Okay, don't bark, don't jump, sit at doors. He's going to try to figure out, piece it together, how to keep me from going into, what did you say, mode? Right? Well, that's very natural, and it's very useful, especially if I'm trying to lead, and I need my pack to do certain things. Hey, be quiet, go lay down. Right? Hey, walk right here. Okay? The payoff, he lives in my house, I love him, and he gets everything taken care of, doesn't got to worry about the dangerous outside world that he would otherwise be living in. Okay? What does he give us? Oh, it's easy. Listen. That's all we're asking. If I say stop, stop. If I say do, do. Rig, is this? Rig, is this? He's going to see the dogs in 3, 2, 1. Let's see what he does. He sees them, okay? Good, stay. I deal with it. I'm sure if a dog just randomly showed up in your living room, he'd bark, right? Rig. Can I have some of your hair, honey? I'm just going to take a little bit of your fur, if I can get it. Rig. That boy. That's a good girl. Then another dog. Hi, honey, baby. You get some of your fur. You stay. I bring the fur back to him. You don't got to do what I'm doing, by the way. This is just my ritual. One of them. One of the many rituals we do to claim leadership. He will smell the dogs from me, or the thing, whether it's a person, a squirrel, a deer, an elephant, a dog. I go up to it, I'll bring the scent back to you. Okay? Leave him. Good. All he's doing is looking at me right now. Now what's going to happen is I'm going to let these dogs into the environment, and if he gets uncomfortable, I'm going to protect him. So I'm going to show him I can control other dogs and other humans, so that way he can trust me. I am competent to deal with this, to deal with the outside world, so you can trust me. However, if you try to correct the dog by biting, that's a no-no, and I'll correct you for that. Lots of learning. Okay, buddy, break. I want him to know he can move. You're a good boy. You break. You want to move a little bit? You want to walk around? You're good. I don't want him to think that he has to stay. Free. Let's see his natural reaction. Curious. He took steps forward. That's good. Yes, this is good. That's nice. Sniffing and socializing is always a good sign. They're more interested in the food that I spilled earlier with my foot. There it is. There it is. Good. This is not. This is good. This is really good. This is really nice. Good boy. Oh, honey, you're being such a sweet boy. Good boy. Just give him some praise and some affection there. Make him know that he did a wonderful job. When I praise him, when I give him affection, when I give him this love, right, and I'm telling him this, I'm very proud of him, it's only when he did a good job. It's no longer random, based off of when I need to pet a dog. It's only when he's being good. So therefore, he's earning my praise and affection, right? And what happens is they end up really liking that. They almost crave it. They want to know that you're proud of them. And so that's what we're doing. When he does good, I'm going to stop what I'm doing and let him know he did great. Now, you might not have to do it like I am. Now I'm stopping and give it, This is not finished product. This is beginning. So it's heavy on the praise, right? I got to make sure he knows he's heading in the right direction. This is really obvious. Good boy. Good boy. Pretty good reaction socially.
Yeah, he's got a golden brother.
Yeah, he sniffed. Was not dominant, and it was good. It was really nice. Boy, look at that beautiful eye contact from the beautiful guy. I'm gonna try to stay. Listen, this is real basic stuff. Real basic stuff. All right? Just stay. He's 2. It's not like he's 4 months here learning it for the first time. This is good. Break. Very good. Break. Come on, buddy. You can do it. Yes, you can, Harold. Yes, you can. Because you're a good boy. Look at Harold. I love him. Let him sniff and potty, and the other dogs are pottying. And then we're going to recall him in from outside. Call him in. A couple beeps on the collar. Come on, buddy. Hey, right here. Come in this door. Hi, honey. Who's your baby little boy? That's very nice. Hi. Very good recall. Yeah, I need you right in front. That's where you are. And that's good. That's nice. And that's lovely. Very nice. I love this dog. Good. Another ear? Good. I love it. Look at this young man. Okay, that's very nice. A recall in from outside is impressive. Okay, I'm happy with that. Good boy. Good boy. Amazing. Good job, baby boy. Break. Very nice, break. And very nice.